what is love.
Love at the lowest frequency could mean obsession, control, clinging, toxic, but it's a form of love.
Even abusive love?
Of course, a child is supposed to be conceived from an act of love. Now, there could be an accident conception, or there could be like a couple who are not even, they don't love each other, but now because they're married and they're compromising, okay, now everybody tells have a baby, so baby paida ho gaya. So now from that point, the seed that was sown was not with the intention of love. It's not a love child. And we get wounded right from there, and for the rest of our life, we are struggling to find love. The perception I receive as a child in the mother's womb is all men are like this. So then it's normal for me to attract abusive men. It's very normal for me to attract men who will not respect who I am. Now, when you have this awareness, you move on from one dimension to another dimension, or you'll find another person in that dimension. I feel you did not fulfill my expectations. I'm divorcing you. The expectation and the void will go with me wherever I go, right? So now I'll meet another person and another person. Your problems will remain the same through and through and through. How many people are you going to let go? You just want to believe that they are the problem. For coexistence, we did not need love. For coexistence, we needed harmony. But we started including love in coexistence, and that is where the drama is. I'll tell you what is the karmic consequences of infidelity.
Hi, Dr. Ramon. Welcome again to Uncharted, and always a pleasure to start the year with you. Always.
Thank you so much, Natasha. And you know how this is so close to my heart. And every time you call me up, let's do this podcast. And I think I put everything aside. And I'm here for this.
This is so sweet.
Super
Seriously.
excited.
Likewise, I feel conversations with you are so engaging, not only for me, even for the people who are listening to it. I mean, every time I have a conversation with you, the kind of comments we see on the YouTube videos, it just makes, it's like, this is exactly why we do it. This is exactly why we do it. So today, like you know, Valentine's Day is coming. We thought, why not to do something like hold a conversation on love and karma. And yeah, let's begin.
And two of the most misunderstood concepts in the entire planet is karma
And love.
and love separately. And now you want to blend it together to kind of let's create more cocktail about it.
True. So I'll start with the most basic, but I think the most misunderstood question. According to you, what is love?
At the very superficial level, you'll say love is an emotion,
Yeah.
right? And that's looking at it from a very emotional lens, or very 3D physical reality. But as you move higher into the higher dimensions, the same uh, element or the same emotion or the same feeling has a different meaning and different perspective. Like love could be at functioning at different frequencies. Right? And we live in a universe of infinite frequencies. So love at the lowest frequency, where it's coming from darkness, could mean obsession, control, clinging, toxic,
Yeah.
but it's a form of love.
Even abusive love?
Of course, right? Now, as you move up higher, it gets more cleaner and more white or more lighter, because the dimension, as there's more light in the higher dimensions, it gets more pure, it gets more unconditional, it gets more flowing, it becomes more allowing. So it's in the dark dimension, if it's toxic, controlling and abusive, in the lighter dimension, it gets honoring and allowing. Wow. And freedom and space. So the emotion is the same. The dimension which we are in is the lens we are wearing, and that's how we are perceiving it.
So it's the range that we are
It's a
talking
range, yeah.
about. Wow.
Right. So the feeling doesn't change. Fear is fear. Love is love. Anger is anger. It's about which frequency am I in. I'm embodying that perception about this thing. And I function from there. So then who's going to define what it is? But at a very core essence, when I look at it from a human lens, it's nothing but a chemical in your brain. Now, here is a mistake we all make. Like, if you want to bake a cake, I just can't, if I want to send you a cake, I can't send you one egg and say, Natasha, receive a cake.
Yeah.
Because cake mein to egg jata hai.
Correct.
Right? But to bake a cake, I need egg, I need flour, I need sugar, I need butter. So love also has a lot of ingredients.
Okay.
There's care, there's compassion, there's
respect.
allowance,
Yeah.
there's honoring. Sometimes people say, because I love you, I want you to stop drinking. But I say, because I love you to choose what you want to choose. So it's a combination of many other ingredients put together.
Wow.
So
It's a package.
it's a package. It's a lot of things put together. And the reason why it's not working for us is because we are talking about a cake, but we have an egg in hand. We've got only one ingredient, and we're talking about the whole thing together. So that's why I feel things are going wrong.
So when you put it like that, is this the reason because we are loving from a lower frequency and that is the reason why love hurts?
Yes. Like, I don't like to use this word, but I would say lower wounded frequency. You know, so let's start from the beginning, okay, where it all started from. When you look at it spiritually, from the spiritual lens, a child is supposed to be conceived from an act of love. It's called a love child. Now, there could be an accident conception, there could be an IVF, there could be forceful conception, there could be like, okay, two
Desperate conception.
desperate conception, or there could be like a couple who are not even, they don't love each other, but now because they're married and they're compromising, okay, now everybody tells have a baby, so baby paida ho gaya us majboori mein. So now from that point, the seed that was sown was not with the intention of love. It's not a love child.
So
And we get wounded right from there. And for the rest of our life, we are struggling to find love. And we're confused, like, where can I find it? So can we go back to the seed of it, to the core of it, and reaffirm and create love from there? Because everything else in the outer world is just a reflection of what you're carrying at the seed of it. So toxic love, abusive love, snatching love, controlling love, obsessive love, ये सब love, they're carrying love in it, but imagine the wounds they're coming with, the package they're coming, the baggage they're coming with.
Okay, I got it. So are we saying that if someone has a toxic love or is struggling to find love or has abusive love, because ultimately it's a vibration we are talking about, right? So when they were conceived, that was one of the frequency that they were conceived with by their parents, which got passed.
And now they're there.
Okay.
Like if you were conceived at 91.5, for example, right? Now all your life 91.5 का एक गाना बज रहा है आपकी life में, and you're wondering, and then you're struggling and fighting reality. But how about going and changing the frequency? Because love exists in every dimension, right? So let's say there is a dimension, a 1D dimension, it's a dark dimension. Love is there, but love exists as darkness there. And that's how it shows up as toxic and all of this. Okay. Now, if you feel you're struggling there because you were conceived in that frequency and you're stuck there, now when you have this awareness, then rather than fighting the whole world, you move on from one dimension to another dimension. Now you'll find another person in that dimension.
Like a child.
And you magnetize.
Yeah. So basically, we'll have to parent ourselves because we couldn't get that ingredients from our parents when we were kind of being conceived, right? So it's like becoming our own parent and giving ourselves that.
Reparenting yourself, healing, going into yourself, and first of all, understanding what happened, right? Like, I want to give you an example where, so we all go through our own life and we're looking for love that makes us needy, clingy, and then overdo things. And because there's a core belief nobody will love me. And I always existed with this innate feeling that I am not good enough. There's something dirty about me and I don't deserve love, right? Now I'm fighting this feeling, but I don't want the world to see it. So I start wearing masks. The mask of a good girl, the mask of a people pleaser, mask of being needy and clingy and overgiving, because I feel this will bring me love from another person. But what I'm not realizing is I'm actually undermining myself. And when I was healing myself, I actually went back to a memory where when I was in my mother's womb and there was some sense of abuse from my father to my mother. Now that stayed with me and that became love for me. So for me now, it's very normal to be in a love like that, where somebody is like maybe verbally or emotionally abusing you, but okay, it's normal. You compromise, you give, and then you start settling for that. But only when you go into healing and you move your frequency, you realize, oh my God, I can escape this matrix and I can create something more bigger, better, and more infinite.
So it's not just the environment when we were growing up that matters, it's also how my caregiver was treated when I was in the womb. And that also becomes my reference for that particular emotion.
And absolutely, yes. And now, since it's happening from my father, the perception I receive as a child in the mother's womb is all men are like this. So then it's normal for me to attract abusive men. It's very normal for me to attract men who will not respect who I am. And we feel, ठीक है,
ऐसा ही होता
ऐसा
है.
ही है. We
Correct.
have no option.
Yeah.
But you know what? When I look at it from the highest frequency of love, it's the most beautiful magnetic frequency. It's feminine. Magnetism is feminine, right? So when we embody the truth of the highest frequency of love, it's the most beautiful feeling because it actually, and like when you look at it, the love color is pink or the heart chakra green. You actually see it in your auric field, that pink rose color auric layer around a person who's really coming from a higher dimension of love.
But good that we are talking about it, because I feel, and I also want to ask you, do you think that most of the people actually do not understand what love is? Because either, and I can be absolutely wrong, love has been painted as this utterly pure, frequency, which is like divine love, and which is like devotional love. And anything less than that is kind of seen, and I believe in it, that is treated as intense attachment. Like, for example, even if I think that, have I ever experienced love? I used to think that maybe, I have experienced love, but now when I look back, because in my head I'm like, no, but it was not devotional. It didn't feel like divine love. I'm like, no, I think it was just intense attachment and not love, right? How does one differentiate? Because attachment feels like intense, it feels addictive, whereas love, if you have encountered true love, I feel it in the start it feels unfamiliar. Do you kind of resonate with that?
Unfamiliar to our mind, but very, very familiar to our core. See, because the mind is the programmed device that got programmed with all of our emotional memories, experiences that we went through. But at the core of it, and that's why, has it ever happened that you met someone, there was instant love in 3 seconds or 3 minutes? You just knew, okay, this is the person.
Yeah, love at
Right.
first
Love at
sight.
first sight, we
Yeah.
talk about, because that was the soul meeting the soul. Right. Then what happens over some time, just a few days into the whole thing, your programs, your memories, and your concepts about love take over. And then you say, oh, you're not the same person I met.
Yeah.
You've changed. Now, because something else has taken over that space. So it's really important to recognize that loving something is more of a space of being in the beginning. But because it's very normal for our subconscious mind to take over, at a later stage, it has to become a choice and commitment.
So it's like they say that, when you're in a relationship, it's always work, because in the start my soul sees your soul, but then we go back to our subconscious programming. So the
And then my
fight
wounded
is,
part sees your wounded part.
and then
Okay.
you're not perfect and flawless anymore.
Yeah. And now there we want to run away because you're not the same person. But I say stay there because this person is only reflecting or mirroring your wounded parts. So it's and that's why at the soul level you're attracted each other.
Yeah.
And so this is an opportunity for you all to stay in the space and grow. And the only problem what I feel is people don't have, in the current time, we don't have patience. So there is a lot of information and knowledge, but there's no patience. In the olden days, we had lots of patience, but we did not have knowledge and information. So we lived love with a compromise.
So there's no integration, like just the
There's
knowledge, but no
no
integration.
integration. So today we have all the information, the knowledge, everything is there. But people, because we're so used to Blinkit and Amazon happening now, we feel even love should happen now.
Yeah.
But healing takes time. So stay in the space, integrate. The most beautiful thing for me, if I had to define love, Natasha, is two absolutely wounded people coming in a space with their animal instinct, staying together, healing together, and embodying divinity.
Oh God, you really just said what we were discussing a few days back. This was the exact conversation we had, that, we started to kind of have this feeling that, no, I should heal myself first
And
and
then
then
love.
I will. But then I think that would just change and flip the whole dynamics of it, no? Because sometimes this is also said that a healer would always attract someone who need healing.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm healed, and then suddenly I've now changed the dynamic because now I feel, oh, you know what? I'm
I'll
healed.
attract light.
And I'm healed.
Yeah.
And now I'm not looking at my partner with equal capacity. I'm like, no, this guy needs more care because I have healed my wounds, right? Which is also not fair, because in love, you at least have to come at an equal footing where, you know, like you said, that, you know, even I have animal instinct, this person and I has an animal instinct. He'll take care of me, I'll take care of him.
But you know what, like we can't mix salt and sugar, na? We can't mix love and healing. And this is the problem, because the moment somebody comes into our life, no, now we feel we have to fix them.
Ah. Yeah.
I mean, but what if you did not have to heal someone? See, because the human soul is raw. It's diabolic in nature. It's black and white. It's animal, and it's a sinner and the saint. Now, you want to love someone, you'll have to accept them just the way they are. No,
The ugly parts.
yeah, like love is messy, but that's where the juice is. No, imagine a love where that's you're sitting like a saint, I'm sitting like a saint. It's so, and when a relationship reaches that point, people say, oh my God, it's so boring. We've outgrown each other.
Yeah.
Because everything is so smooth.
Yeah.
अब ये बंदा मुझे रैटल ही नहीं कर रहा.
I get it.
Let me explain to you. Like I said, you know, everything in the universe is moving upward. Emotions are nothing but energy in motion, and they're meant to move upward. So when you look at even love as an emotion or a frequency, it starts from the zero dimension and it's moving towards the upper dimensions. Now, till the 3D world, we have certain laws, and the law of polarity exists. Okay, law of polarity means here there is light and here there is darkness, duality.
Correct.
So that means if there is love, on the other side of the spectrum, there will be hate for this person. No? And we can't accept that duality, because you only hate the person you love the most. Now, you will never go and hate a bhajiwala on the road or any person you don't love. So why are we not accepting that in the 3D world, love comes as a package of duality? It comes with darkness. Now, the problem with people is, oh, I want to love, but I don't want to break my heart. But I tell them, break your heart till it stops breaking. Keep breaking it, right? So go into the darkness. Embody the darkness, embody the worst of the love, and that's when you start creating the best of love.
Yeah, I'd like to say the easiest way to get out of pain is feel the pain.
Yeah, feel the pain, right? And then ask yourself, why am I attracting it? What is this mirroring to me? And then obviously the healing process. And that doesn't mean, okay, now, so if you're in an abusive relationship, and see, again, here, because I'm very sensitive when I talk about this, I'm really not being insensitive to the person being abused. However, if you look at it from the lens of physics, quantum physics, everything in the outside world is mirroring your inner world. So has this abuse got to do with your beliefs and your love for yourself? Well, nobody can love you the way you can love yourself, and you only attract back what you treat yourself with. So if you have a belief, I deserve abuse, you will attract an abusive partner. Right? Now, when I look at it from a 3D lens, is that not love? My love for my belief.
My attachment to
my attachment to my belief that, oh, I deserve abuse. So now this partner is actually honoring your belief.
No one would have put it like that.
Right.
Wow.
So how are we going to define what is love?
Wow.
Is it just going to come in a red color, heart-shaped?
Yeah. So
packet?
what I hear is that your commitment to show up every day is just not to love, but also tell yourself that I'll be hating this person, but I still have to keep coming back to love this person. Right?
And what if you did not have to even come back, because the pendulation is happening on its own? So there is love and there is hate, and there is love and there is hate.
And you're okay with it.
Your job is to be on the neutral ground, balance. If you're a balanced human being loving someone, then you're absolutely okay. And that's where the shadow work comes in, you know, because then hate is not so strong, because you understand, listen, I don't embody this person, this thing about this person, but that's okay, they are them. See, the problem is, Natasha, the first thing that we do when we love someone is, no, we take them as a project where we want to change them.
Correct.
Now, it's like so silly. You go to a store, you go and you choose a Samsung because you love Samsung. But the moment it's come home, now you're beating it up to become an iPhone. That's exactly what's happening. I loved you for this. Now, in just few months, the same things you love this person for has become a problem for you because they're not same as me.
Yeah. In fact, when I hear people asking or telling each other, this is why I love you, I always went back to it's like, but should there be a reason to love? Because if it's a frequency, if it's an emotion, right? Is it dependent on any reason? It's what I
See, that's
felt when
exactly
I
what I told you a while
yeah.
ago. Love happens in the first 3 minutes, love at first sight.
Yeah.
There's a magnetic force. That's
Yeah.
a soul.
Yeah.
But because we have a mind that's managing our soul, now the reasons are in our mind. Now, our mind now wants to justify, validate. See, because as a child, what did we pick up about love? We picked up love is unsafe.
Yeah.
And where did this come from? Because we were not loved the way we were meant to be loved by. And I'm not saying that our parents didn't love us, but
They had their own way to
yeah,
love us.
their own way to love us. The
Yeah.
nurturance was missing, the sense of belongingness was missing, and the love and sex. And as you're moving somewhere, even our concept of love and sexuality gets very distorted.
Yeah.
It's like mixing salt and sugar, right? So with all of that happening, we misunderstood love. It's the most misunderstood emotion. So now when you grow up and you meet someone, the soul gets magnetized towards this one person because it's funny, okay? Everything works on similarity and polarity. That means you'll see when you fall in love with someone, you will actually meet someone who's the exact opposite of you.
Yeah.
But something about your emotions or your soul is similar also. So they're both.
Yeah.
Now you love them because they were similar, but now later on, because unka opposite dikh raha hai, you want to resist them, you want to change them, you want to have a problem with them. So it all becomes a play of projection after some time.
So, like you said, that even what you're hating, they are just projecting your own wounded parts. So,
Absolutely, yes.
which you do not want to face, and that is the reason you just want to be in that, space of being loved. So you start finding love outside, which eventually that'll also burst your bubble, because those wounds would again come up in the second relationship also.
See, you take you with you wherever you go, right? You take your
I love
wounds with
this
you
line.
wherever you
Yeah.
go. Keep changing, the person's story remains the
Oh
same.
my God. Yeah.
So then
Yeah.
what is it really about the outside or is it about the inside that you need to
Absolutely
change?
inside.
You know what? Because people these days are shopping for love with checklists.
Right.
And I always tell them, then go and buy a robot, program it with this checklist and keep it at home.
Yeah.
Don't fall in love with human beings because the soul and human beings are raw. Only go and fall in love with someone when you're willing to receive the rawness.
What would you say to people who are looking for love or searching for love? Like, a lot of people say, I'm open to it. And I've heard it so many times, people, friends advising them, no, but at least you need to put yourself out there, else how would you find love, right? Now, in that case, do you think looking for love actually creates karmic resistance, or it's actually the work of flow, like you are actually in the flow?
See, karmic resistance is not really the act of looking for love, but it's the act of looking for perfection in love. Like I said, everybody's raw, wounded, and maybe because and you are looking for something that is imperfect in you, you're looking, oh, maybe I want this in my partner. Okay. Now, when that shows up, and maybe karmically this person is meant to be for you, but just because that one aspect that you're looking for did not fit in, you might just reject this person.
Oh.
I know so many people, I ask them, did you meet? Oh, the human being was great, nice person, but he was not responsible, or he was not confident,
Not emotionally
or not
available.
emotionally available.
Yeah.
Now, now, how can anybody come and fulfill your emotional needs? It's your job. Like nobody can eat for you and breathe for you. How can anybody come and actually emotionally fulfill your needs?
But then because you also say that, like we typically hear it, that you need to set your standards, you need to know what you want, because only then you'll attract it. So isn't it actually good if people are choosy and picky about, this is what these are the traits I would want in my partner, because like you said, that the same traits would be passed on to your future generation
Then you
also.
know what, Natasha? Like I said, let two raw people come together and then go hire a coach and work on those qualities, because the possibility of building up people and people growing and healing is always there. But expecting people to be healed and coming at your level, so I always tell couples, meet each other and come for coaching, and let's take you to that place of perfection. But we are all imperfect.
So two raw people, but they are equally committed to doing the inner work.
Yes.
Right?
And that for me is love, actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let two people come, meet each other in their animal instinct, be as worst as they can to each other, stay there. Because love, after some time, is no more a feeling, it is a commitment and a choice, more than a feeling. Because you fall in love, but what keeps you together? Because when you fall in love, you also fall out of love. Then what keeps you together is the commitment and the choice that, irrespective of something, I want to grow with this person.
Beautiful. But then in that case, do you think sometimes some people are not supposed to be in your life? Like their journey in your life was only up till that point, and then they kind of move out of your life, right? So how does one know that, okay, whatever lesson this person has to teach me, I have learned it, and now it's time to move on? That now if I stay here longer, it would actually be self violence for me.
So I'll tell you, where does commitment come in? And so let's look at it from two perspectives. One is like, I'm in this relationship, right? I met this person, I healed to a certain degree, but now it's getting too much for my nervous system to handle. And we're not married in a bond, we don't have children. So it's absolutely okay to make a choice to move on.
Sure.
It's choice. Uh, there's no karmic implications there if I'm moving on with peace, with a lot of gratitude that this person came, gave me some knowledge without any fighting and without any undone
Correct.
kachada, I call this. Then gracefully move on, and it's absolutely okay. Then I will meet someone else. Now that person will meet me. So I met the first person at frequency X, and he helped me move to Y. Now I will meet someone at Y now, and they might come for a reason, a season, or maybe a lifetime. And now if I still am not married with this person, I don't have children, it's absolutely okay to move on. Commitment comes, a lot of couples come to me if they're married also and they're not getting along. I said, okay, divorce, it's okay. You'll find someone who will be okay with that and understand that your suffering is not because of this person, it's you. And the same problem will come. So if you feel you want to divorce, move on, but heal yourself. Because if you don't heal yourself, you'll meet the same qualities in another person. But when we have children, right? For the child's development, the human being, for the brain development, for a balanced human being, if you want to make the human beings well balanced, nurtured individuals, the child needs the mother and the father. Now, that is where things get complicated.
But in that case, if, for example, like you said, that the child needs mother and father, what if one of the parent is just not available? Like, no, how? And we've seen this, that people stay in loveless marriages, right? There is no compatibility, nothing, but they're here for the sake of kids. What kind of karma are we passing to the kids? Because that's their surrounding.
So, obviously, a lot of wounds, a lot of emotional wounds, because when there is no love in the environment, right, the child doesn't grow the way it's the brain development. See, because when we are born in our animal instinct, and then the nurture and the care, the love and the belongingness of the parents and the environmental conditioning adds on to our neocortex, the intelligent part of us, the conscious brain or the conscious mind, where we are more regulated. So, growing up in an environment that had a lot of conflict and there was no love keeps our nervous system very much in the fight and flight, dysregulated way. Right? However, like I'm saying, in today's world, when we understand this, because there's so much information available, Natasha, you can recognize that I grew up in a dysregulated environment. My parents didn't love each other. But when you grow up, you feel proud of them.
Because
they stayed on.
For your sake.
I can talk about myself. And you know what? It's not that they never loved. We never saw it. Because what they did in their bedroom, they don't show it to us. They only show their fights to us. But they stayed on. There was something that kept them bonded also, right? So today, because we love, as children, we love our mother and father. And that feeling when you grow up and you're 40, look back and say, wow, I mean, they were strong. And that sense of one day you will get it when you've healed, that I'm proud of them.
Once you've done the work.
Once you've done the work,
before
right?
the work, you'd be like, it's because of them that I have got these
But that's
traits.
happening even when your parents are more loving and even when they're happy together. And so that blame will anyway happen when you're in the fight and flight, right? And things are changing now because the current generation, they're more 5D in their approach. Like I talk about the current couples who are having babies, they're more regulated. They're more
open.
Yeah, more open, more loving. It's because I think humanity also is now moving up. And the new generation is all about 5D, all about love and light. And the definition of love is also changing. Look at Gen Zs now. Their definition totally is coming from a very higher perspective. Because they're so much in love with themselves and there's more singularity, they don't need outside love to compensate for their void. And that's why maybe a lot of the new generation is choosing to be single. Please understand, anything that I have not embodied about myself, right, becomes a void, and I expect other people to come and give it to me. It becomes my desire. Like, for example, if I have not mastered self-love, so anything that I've not mastered becomes my desire. If I have not mastered self-love, then there is a void inside me. No, I want other people. I have this desire for other people to come and love me. But then that's a very incomplete thing. See, because love is something that it's a state of being. It's not an act of doing. When I be love, then I just broadcast love everywhere I go and I attract it.
But in that case, how does one fulfill that need for intimacy, right? I get it that, self-love can make you feel grounded and secure within yourself, but still there is this need of intimacy.
Of course. So that's when you then meet this one person and it's a very grounded feeling with this person. You no more have to be clingy. You all can coexist in a space of honoring, respecting, and loving each other. You don't have to change someone. You don't have to depend on them for something. And still, there is intimacy, there is bonding, there is belongingness. And I know of so many couples who I can really think of at that point. It's such a grounded feeling with being in that space. And that's what healed love looks like.
Because I feel most of the people, look for or get desperate for love is, and maybe it's one of the shadows that, I need someone to choose me. I feel people, who have struggled a lot in their lives, have been the backbone for a lot of people, have actually carried the emotional burden, maybe in their family, done a lot, right? Because they didn't get time to choose their own selves, the love becomes their escape, that high time someone should choose me, wherein, I'm tired of taking care of everyone. I just now want someone that I can rely on. Right.
But that comes with so much of validation seeking, being clingy, snatching. That's actually snatching love. It's not magnetizing love. Yeah. It works very good in the beginning. Right? Because you feel, oh, wow, I found this person. He's choosing me and he's fulfilling all my void. But eventually, the void is still there. And you want more and more and more. And then the drama comes, oh, they're not emotionally available. They don't buy me gifts. They don't do this. So now what has happened from that space of being, of love, we've moved into space of doing. And this is where we start creating karma with love.
Wow. Okay. What you said just hit me, that, all these standards that we have heard on Instagram, that the person should be emotionally available, should be, the words of affirmation, acts of service, and all of that. Now, do you think this is more like performative love?
Yes, doing love.
Than actually love?
Than real love, yeah.
Because in love, you just let the person be.
It's being, right? It's a state of being. But now, since we brought it to the materialistic perspective of they fulfilling your desires. Oh, so my husband doesn't take me on holidays, or my wife doesn't do this. She doesn't cook food for me. So now it's about what they're doing. So now you've just shifted the whole paradigm of love from being to doing.
But then, like you said, that in that case, both the people should be committed to doing the inner work. Else, if just one person doing it, the person would keep on feeling the heat.
Absolutely, yes. And like I said, then that's when love in its own place has no karmic consequences because it's a beautiful energy. Now, the drama starts coming in with those expectations or the concepts that we were sold about love,
Right.
of the should be's.
Yeah.
And now these should be concepts start, you know, creating the negative problems in us, the baggage, and that becomes a karmic entanglement then.
I get it.
And now love that was meant to be so pure, so unconditional, now has become all full of bad karma and now blaming and then again a constant loop of rebirthing cycle. You get entangled
Damn.
there.
I read the study. It said that by 2030, 45% of Indian women would be single, right? And I've been seeing this trend that, people opting to not love, maybe because, like you said, that, I'm not finding someone who matches my standard, or this whole concept of that I'm healed, but I'm not finding someone who is just as healed as I am, right? Now, when everyone will become single, do you think it's also a collective karma that is kind of reflecting, where everyone is kind of going on their own path, that I just need myself to be?
See, even that need of love, okay, is the divine union of the Shiva and the Shakti within. So if I'm a woman and I've embodied more of the Shakti, then I look for a Shiva who can come and wake up the Shiva in me. But eventually, the balance has to happen within me, the masculine and the feminine. Now, a lot of the new generation who are already healed, see, once you're healed, no, you stop looking for love outside. Because it's such a beautiful feeling. You are so happy with who you are because the embodiment is there. Okay, that void is no more there. That's the sign of true healing. Until you've not healed, you'll keep attracting someone to heal you. Now, when I look at this paradigm shift of the new age, we're all moving towards a dimension where not only women, even men, a lot of men also are feeling like we're happy single, right? I realize if I was single, maybe my spiritual journey would have been much more faster and easier. Having said that, but when I look back, the healing only got triggered because I had a partner. I had someone to mirror me.
Yeah.
So maybe these souls that are coming in now, especially the new age souls, they're just coming into that level where they're happy being single.
Yeah. Or maybe because when I hear them, right, and it's individual perspective, that's fine. But I also heard people saying that, I'm happy single. I don't know if they justify this as happy single, but it's more like I don't want to lose out my independence to someone, or, I know that someone will not be able to take me.
That's coming from a coping mechanism. That's a wound.
Exactly.
That's a
Exactly.
wound. That's not uh, like I tell you, please understand, I'm not against a divorce. But if you want to not face the karmic consequences of this entanglement, then can just two individuals love, respect, and allow each other to go on their own way? Why do we have to fight?
Yeah.
See, because with the divorce comes a lot of karmic baggage. Now, with that, now you'll have to keep facing the consequences in this lifetime. Forget next life. Because cause and effect is instant, like 2-minute Maggie noodles in this dimension, right? So now, if I feel you did not fulfill my expectations, I'm divorcing you, the expectation and the void will go with me wherever I go, right?
Yeah.
So now I'll meet another person and another person. Your problems will remain the same through and through and through. How many people are you going to let go? And your mind has overpowered your soul so much that you just want to believe that they are the problem.
Yeah.
You just don't want to go inside and check in and see, why am I attracting this? Let's say you and I decide that, listen, I really love you, but now I want my freedom, right? And we're in a happy place, let's coexist.
Correct.
Then do you really think there would be a need for divorce? Because I'm okay with you, you're okay with me, we can coexist.
Yeah.
We need a partner, so let's go for a movie together, let's have sex together when we want to, we are married, right? Let's coexist in harmony.
Yeah.
Harmony means when my feminine and my masculine are in balance. Horus means sun, Moni means moon. When my sun and moon are in balance, then I'm not troubling you. But let's say when I'm imbalanced and I find the imbalance in you, I'm projecting it all on you. Now I find a reason to divorce you. Now, is that a projection? The consequences, the karmic consequences are, now wherever I go in the future, the reasons will follow me, na?
Yeah. I get it.
So I say stay put together, put here, stay here. Say in one you need one person to heal you, to show you the mirror. You don't need 100 people. But we love entertainment. We love, our root chakras are not integrated. So it is like, imagine, okay, an apple tree, if I put it in one, if I sowed it in one place in the earth, it takes time for the apples to come out. Now, suddenly the seed decides, oh, the fruits are not coming, let me go and plant myself here.
Yeah.
Or let me go and plant myself. And I
Yeah.
keep changing. I'm not consistent and committed to one ground. I will never be able to bear fruits of the relationship. So stay grounded, stay put. And I personally feel love is an emotion that's magnetic and it's coming more from the earth. And when we are not grounded in our lower chakras, especially our earth star and our earth gateway chakra that's under the earth, that's fixing us under the roots, we don't feel love then. We feel we don't belong, we don't exist. Our existence doesn't matter here. And now we are using love as a compensation style.
Because we're not grounded enough.
Yeah. And we don't have that feeling about ourselves. We just feel we don't belong here. And because I don't belong, but now I've come here by default into earth. Now I need love because love is a survival need. It is a survival need.
Correct.
However, the survival need can be created with my own self. I don't need someone to love me. But, okay, so let me put it straight. For coexistence, we did not need love. For coexistence, we needed harmony. But we started including love in coexistence, and that is where the drama is. Is it making sense?
Yes. So do you think then in that case, coexistence, of course, you can have with other people, but love is more towards yourself?
It's only self, it's only
It's
you.
self.
Because when I'm in love with myself,
Yeah.
automatically I can love you because I only treat other people the way I treat myself.
Got it.
I can only give you that much light, as much as I've embodied. Okay. So when I love myself 10, then I can love you 10. When I love myself 20, I can love you 20 because I only give out and I only see the world the way I am.
Yeah.
Now, when I've embodied that love, then automatically there's harmony. Again, I said harmony is what? My masculine, feminine balance. Let me give you this. Dharma is about creating balance. Karma is about violating dharma.
What?
So our true karma,
Yeah.
our true dharma, purpose
Yeah.
is life function, the universe functions on balance. Balance is key.
Correct.
Balance means the balance of the sun and the moon, the light and the darkness, the positive and the negative. Okay. Now, our dharma is balance and karma is violating dharma or violating balance.
Okay.
So when I'm imbalanced, I always create karma.
Wow. Wow. Yes, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And this is what we need to understand. Because if I'm a balanced individual,
Yeah.
then I'm not going to project all my incompletions on you.
Yeah.
Then I look at you, okay, you're a man. You've come into my life. I love you. And let's make babies together and let's make a family. It's that simple.
That's why I think when you're operating from that standpoint, it's also okay then. Like then it doesn't matter if your partner that it won't be even called infidelity, and then
See, again, there is, see, I'll tell you what is the karmic consequences of infidelity.
yes,
I'll tell you.
yes,
Like, let's say, like, I can talk from my own experiences. Like, now I'm working very hard on cleaning my kachra and my karmic baggage. Now, do you know every time we sexually interact with someone, our auric fields and our energies are so interconnected that we carry on their baggage into our energy field.
correct.
Now, if let's say somebody I love is going and sleeping around with 10 other people,
So
now are they carrying all of that baggage and bringing that kachra to me and then sleep? So then I need my boundaries there.
correct
So that way, infidelity
is a no-no.
is a no-no at a very spiritual level. But at the animal instinct, we're all animals.
But then we don't need any karmic baggage.
But then that's the goal, na?
Yeah.
See, you're moving from the animal to the human to the divine. That's evolution, that's growth. And we've come here for that.
Yeah.
So sometimes, like when I get couples who are with infidelity, I tell the girl or the boy, like the partner who's going around, I tell the other partner to take a stand and say, this is not accepted.
Yeah.
Maybe it's good for you, then, but then I can't let you come. I can't allow you to bring the baggage home. So, no, I will not say infidelity is okay.
Yeah.
Because if I say it's okay, then I'm nurturing more of your animal instinct. And we are not animals. We are evolved human beings who know how to make the right
Yeah.
choice.
And not even bringing other people's karmic baggage at home,
Into
right?
like I know and I mean I really I want to talk about this.
Say it. Say it.
Well-to-do people,
Yeah.
now they go around prostitutes and suddenly they come back and poverty starts showing up. Now why? Because they've carried the poverty consciousness of the past. They've carried it, that energy, and now they start feeling fear. They're feeling that, and things are deteriorating. Right? So no, at a higher level of consciousness, commitment is something, stability in a relationship, commitment in a relationship is really, really important. However, but if I love someone and I tell them, okay, now do what you want to, go where you want to, then actually, is that really coming from a compromise or a compensation style?
Exactly. So how do I differentiate that I'm allowing the person to be from love?
Why would you not want to? Why would you want this person to go somewhere?
Exactly. That's what
If
my
you,
point is.
yeah.
Correct.
So
Yeah.
that's if I allow them, that's compensation. I'm scared that, oh, I have to be this nice person. So okay, let them go. I'll allow them. I'm very cool, but inside, you're not feeling cool. So being authentic also with yourself.
Yeah. And that is how you show love to yourself also.
Absolutely.
Got it. Yeah. So it's like I feel because we all of us are hustling, our lifestyle are so hectic that love has become more of a stress buster. It's like you said, it needs to be 2-minute Maggie noodles so that I feel good because I'm so much disconnected from my own source and from my own self that love gives me that comfort, that cushion, right? I think the way we look at it, where I think love requires patience, right? We are not left with any patience by the time we reach home.
Absolutely. And also, again, like I said, no, I will only treat people the way I treat myself. So when I've embodied that love, okay, and again, here there's a very higher perspective of love, then I see the divine in you, I see the divine in me. Even then, the act of sexuality becomes so divine. The act of just being there with someone becomes so divine. It's such an empty space, right? And somewhere, like I said, love and sexuality are two emotions or two concepts that are really mixed, wounded, in a very wounded way. Like women can only have sex when they love someone.
Yeah.
And for men, it's the other way around, right? They want sex and then love comes. So is it not like a total mixed up concept?
Yeah. But isn't how our biologies behave, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
See, because again, the act of sexuality is like your sexual energy, and your second chakra is so bubbling because it's here to make babies, families.
Yeah.
And if you're not using it to make babies, you can raise it up with your breath work and manifest something else you want because it's pure,
Creation.
potent, potential energy, creation.
Yeah.
If it can create babies, it can create anything else.
Yeah.
But now, because it got so wounded, all the energy is stuck in our second chakra, and all we want, we're just thinking about,
Correct.
right? So, and then we mix it up with love.
Again.
So it's very confused, and the clarity needs to come up.
So how does embodied love look like? Like, how does it look like embodied? Because when you say embodied love, I'm like, that
It's a
sounds
frequency
interesting.
someone broadcasts.
Yeah.
It's not a spoken concept. It reflects in their aura. It reflects in the way they talk. You can just understand that, just the way their presence. Like I said, uh, for love to be projected, it needs certain ingredients: presence, care, uh, a sense of belongingness, softness. It's soft, it's like cotton. So, and you can tell, oh, this person, I can expect something from this person. They're so loving, right? And like I said, it can't be defined, because if we could define true love, how it looks like, then we're diluting the essence.
Because then we're putting like conditions that
Yeah,
this
we're
is how
putting
it
it,
looks
we're giving
like.
it concepts, we're
Yeah.
giving it structure, or should be.
Yeah.
Now, the problem with that is because then if we have this as a concept and anything that's not like this, we will reject it.
Yeah.
But the potential for loving is there in every single human being or every single species, the potential to love. So if you love yourself, then you can bring out love from the other person.
Do you think forgiveness is it's always like a higher karmic road, or sometimes it can also be self-abandonment?
So forgiveness is the first layer of liberation,
Hmm.
but it's not the liberation part. It's the first layer, right? It could be if I've just done forgiveness
Yeah.
and I've not gone deeper, more deeper. Like I said, it's only the topmost layer.
Yeah.
And then you got to go deeper to do more work. Then it could be a form of self-abandonment.
It's
Because
just
I
to
don't want
kind,
to, yeah,
yeah, that the chips don't fall and
yeah, yeah,
everything
yeah.
is in equilibrium. So I'm forgiving.
I'm forgiving.
Yeah.
And 90% of the people,
Yeah.
right, do that.
And think that
When
they're forgiving.
and they think they're forgiving, but inside,
Mm.
the moment the person comes, the triggers are still the same. See, please understand, healing happens at layers. And this is exactly what I mentioned even in our course, Karma Code,
Yeah.
that healing happens at 3 layers: the mind, the body, and the soul. Right? Forgiveness only happens at the mental level. And now you've got to go into the body and see the sensations. See, because you forgive that person in your body level and soul level, then the moment this person comes, you feel one, no, you feel love again because you're one at the soul level. Then the point of separation is not there only, no?
Yeah, I think that's what you mean when you said embodied love, because when you're embodying love, I think compassion would automatically follow. And when then there is no point of forgiving,
Yeah, then
because you're like, I get you why you did it.
yeah,
Right?
you understand.
You understand. Then there is no I forgive you. Right.
Again, like I said, that's a very ego-based construct.
Yes.
And like you said, it's a way of maybe abandoning myself
Yeah.
to not even go deeper and or just to keep things, okay, I forgive you and now, okay, now we're good.
Yes.
But now this person is still triggering you.
Correct.
So then where is the healing?
Yeah. That is the reason I've seen so many couples, they on the face of it, they would say, I forgive you. But then they never leave the conversation of the past. It would keep on happening. They would keep going back to the past. And then the person who did it actually would be like, but then you didn't actually forgive me truly.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I like to, give this concept, and this is very powerful, Natasha. See, energy constantly is moving forward, leaving the old behind. In the universe, energy is always moving upward, consciousness.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, let's say, and every single moment is a new point of creation. That means that every given moment, I have an opportunity and a choice to create a new possibility with the same person. So I tell people, you know what? At every 10 seconds, can you delete memory, what happened with this person?
Okay.
And feel like, okay, I met this person now. Let's say you've had a fight with your husband or your wife and you've slept over it.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, can you train yourself and your energy to be so fluid, because energy is forever changing? And when you wake up in the morning, you look at this person and say, wow, who is this? There's someone new I met. Just delete memory. And can we start from 0 point again? Now, let's say you live today like you're like two new people. Now, फिर से रात को लड़ाई हुई. Okay, fight. Go to sleep, wake up as a new person again and again and again. Can we start living every single moment from a new 0 point of creation? Every single moment with every relationship, there's only love.
Yeah.
Because in the present moment, there's only love.
But then delete it from your core and not just, I don't want to deal with it, I'll deal with it
No,
later.
that's coping mechanism.
Yeah.
We're not talking about that space. We're talking about this empty space of the zero, the shunya space, right? Because in that space, there's so much love. There's love for yourself. There's love for creation. There's love for the darkness of this person. You know what true love for me is? Can I love the darkness of this person as much as I love the light?
So even if someone is in an abusive relationship, right?
Again, the concept, tell me something. Why would I be in an
if it's
abusive
physically
relationship?
abusive?
Okay, now why am I being in this abusive relationship?
Because I carry that vibration.
Yeah, when I heal it, this moves. See, please understand, when I change, my inner world changes, the reflection changes, the mirror changes. That person is only here to teach me a lesson.
I get it. But then sometimes I think it's better to move out if it's actually on your life.
Absolutely move out. There's no harm in moving out.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is, can you do it with ease, with grace, and not with blame? Now, let me tell you one thing. The same act done from an animal instinct, the same act done from a human instinct, and the same act done from a divine instinct has different consequences. So can I move out from the divine space? Right? Okay, no more works. Yeah. Or maybe, okay, what is the animal instinct? I'll fight and move out, fight and flight. What is the human instinct? I will understand. Human beings, we have the capacity to understand. Okay, I understand what you did, and my nervous system cannot take it, so I'm moving out. And the same thing as I see the divine in you, as I see the divine in me. But honestly, when I come to that space, I don't need to move out.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So that is growth.
Can you also expand on the concept of twin flames and soulmates? What are these? How they happen karmically, and how do they pan out?
See, I'll tell you what. Everything in the outside world is only a reflection of our inner self. Correct. The quantum field is just a mirror. Even yesterday, I was in a podcast and they asked me one thing that you really, really believe in and live by. And this was what I said. The quantum field is just a mirror reflecting everything that's inside you or what you're projecting. Having said that, so when I understand twin flames and soulmates, right? The twin flames, now we all in the 3D world come into duality, opposites. And everything is showing up as opposites. So when, like, let's say, if I am more feminine by nature, I will attract a masculine person as a partner. If I am masculine, I will attract feminine. Now, these are opposites because opposites coexist. Now, this becomes twin souls, where we are opposites.
Okay.
Opposites, and we've come here to fulfill each other.
Got it.
However, they have only come as an opposite to show me what's missing in me. So eventually, the twin soul is about me and myself. My feminine and my masculine are polarized and they're split
and manifested in a physical
in a form. So now they've got to come together and merge. Soulmates are reflections of each other.
Okay.
Twin flames are projections of each other.
Wow. Okay. Got it.
So when I meet someone and I see them, oh my God, they're so identical, like me. Oh, he's my soulmate because we both love to go on drives. We both love to do this. We are soulmates. But that is that part of you that you've never acknowledged in you. So it's an invitation to go within and really merge with your own self of singularity. So ideally, like I said, the outside world only comes to show us something inside. So soulmates come to show us that part of us that we are loving about you, but wo mere andar bhi hai. My golden shadow, there's something good about you that I can see, and I know that I'm loving that in you. That means I've got to acknowledge that in me also. It's a golden shadow. That is sab mere andar bhi hai. So they come to show me my light. Twin flames come to show me my wounded shadow, the dark shadow.
So twin flames is exactly what I need to work
Opposites,
on.
yeah.
And soulmate is what I need to acknowledge and honor in
yeah.
myself. Okay, beautiful. And this is also karmic that my karma decide whether I'd be ending up with a twin flame or I'd be ending up with a soulmate.
See, okay, when you say ending up means
Being together.
Yeah. Married.
Yeah.
And so if you're not looking at marriage as a bond and you're just in a free space, there will be times when you'll meet either a twin flame or you'll meet a soulmate.
Got it.
Like, you understand? But in one lifetime, you will meet both.
Correct.
You realize, because that's how life works. And see, karma doesn't decide who we're going to meet.
Marry?
Karma decides the frequency I'm going to exist in.
Wow. Karma decides the frequency I'm going to exist in.
Now, let's say I'm in the frequency of anger.
Yeah.
Now, in that frequency, there are only angry people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So I might attract XYZ, but what I'm I'm existing in the anger frequency, I'm only attracting anger people. I cannot attract someone loving, because loving people are in the frequency of love. So when I learn to love and accept myself, I raise my frequency from anger to love. Now I attract loving people.
Got it.
And yes, and this is for our relationships. But when it comes to marriage and family, like a future, that's where karma comes in as a concept.
Okay. Okay. So there, for example, for marriage, does karma decide whether we will be spending our life with a soulmate or a twin flame?
Mostly,
Mostly.
when you have to coexist, opposites coexist in the 3D world. Similar people will,
Got it.
similar people can never exist. See, similarities in, like, let's say, take a magnet and do the plus and plus together, they'll repel.
Yeah.
So, soulmates are good for a concept.
Yeah.
But to coexist, you need the opposites
And for
for
the work.
balance. You
Yeah.
see, because life works on balance. Like when I look at me and my husband, we are total opposites.
Mm.
What I have, he doesn't have. What he
he
has,
has.
I don't have. So we come together to create a whole life.
Yeah.
So my shortcomings are his strengths. His shortcomings are my strengths. So we fill in each other
Mm.
as a whole.
So from the lens of a bigger picture, it's actually good to be staying with the
Our
twin flame,
opposite.
because you are also doing the inner work.
Like
there.
I'll tell you, you know what? I'm this go-getter,
Yeah.
masculine, totally charged up person. He's a very cool person, very calm, very feminine. So when I got married, because I did not know this concept, it would trigger me,
Mm.
because that was my wounded part. I can't relax, I can't be calm. But
Yeah.
today I see it as a big gift. He brings down the balancing factor in me. So when I'm overworked, I just go and have to lie down next to him, and suddenly I feel calm.
Oh my God. You said something that just hit me with something. So, like you said that your approach is very masculine. So even like if I'm around my people, I want things to get done. I'd like structure everything. I'd be like, I'd be at the top of my game, right? And when I see like a loved one who's just not bothered about doing anything and just
It triggers
relying on
you.
me, it triggers me that why can't you take care of it? And now I understand that it triggers the wounded feminine in
Yes,
me,
the
that you
wounded
need to
feminine.
relax.
So
If
can
the
you
person is
relax?
relaxing, why can't you relax?
Yeah.
But then I feel, but I'm not being given space to relax. If I will not do it, who
That's
will
your
do it?
wounded victim.
Yeah. It's like, who will do it if I don't do it, right?
That's again, you know what? You feel like you have all the burden on yourself.
Yes.
Because you're carrying it.
Yes.
The masculine loves to carry it.
Yeah.
So that's why that's your shadow, no? Because
Yeah.
anything that triggers you is your unhealed,
Yeah.
wounded. Our relationships are a part of the 3D world.
Mm.
And in 3D world, we are functioning on Newtonian physics. Everything is working on the opposites. So you will only meet someone who's opposite of you. But if you've worked on all of your wounds and you've transcended from 3D to 5D, let's say you're in 5D consciousness, 6D consciousness, then you will meet someone who's a reflection of you and you all will coexist.
Yeah. I get it because, I have heard it so many times that, I mean, and I take it with a lot of pride that, yes, I'm a very strong woman. Uh, but then either if, I meet someone, either it triggers the hell out of them, right? Or then their affinity for me is because I'm a strong person. And sometimes I go back to this whole rabbit hole that if tomorrow I do not want to be strong,
Then
would
they
you
will not
still
accept
have
you.
affinity for me? And that's where I'm like, but then it's very conditional, right? I project that strength because I feel that, okay, if I will not, then who would, right? But then I also need that space where I can be like, no, what, here I
No,
don't
but
want to be strong.
Natasha, see, again, people treat you the way you treat yourself
Yeah.
because you don't have space for yourself to be vulnerable and weak. You feel they will not accept you. But the moment you accept yourself in your vulnerable and weak moments, they will love you for that.
Yeah. Maybe that's true.
So it's all about, again, it's your projecting that,
Yeah.
right? So you need to embrace, and please understand, like I said, in our emotional scale, opposites coexist. So we are strong, we are weak. The soul is strong and weak.
Yeah.
The soul is light and dark. The soul is loving and hating. Fear, faith, all of these two opposite emotions coexist.
Yeah.
Now, if you are not accepting yourself for your own vulnerability, and you only have to wear this mask of being strong all the time, why will somebody else accept you for your vulnerability?
Wow. So basically, the real healing, now I get it, is actually not to do away with your shadow, but it's actually to own it. Because once you have accepted your shadow as much you have accepted your strengths, you give space to the other person also to accept you fully.
Absolutely, because
Right.
see, uh, there is a light side and a dark side, and we normally disown our dark side. Okay. Now, when you don't own your dark side, they will not own it for you. So the whole goal is not about resisting your dark side, but loving it. You know, one of the biggest pandemics today that's keeping us trapped is positive thinking. Because that takes us away from our negative side.
That's true. And it makes us hate it more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The negative is not going anywhere. It's here to stay. That's your dark side. So can you start loving it and embracing it? But in that negative, like how Debbie Ford says in the shadow work, every negative also carries its gift. Even positive carries its gift. Can you see the dark side? Can you see the gift of the dark side and love it for what it is?
Beautiful. Do you think, just like we spoke on forgiveness, right? That forgiveness is also a very egocentric concept. Do you think so is sacrifice? Like, we seek that one person in this couple dynamic would be doing all of it, right? And they feel, I sacrifice so much. Uh, how does it add or how does it impact them karmically, where they're always thinking that I'm the one who did the work, this person didn't, and they end up feeling hurt? How does it end up karmically for them?
So, see, first of all, I want to tell you the first thing about karma is not about other people, but how we treated ourselves and who we are with ourselves, because our karma is also with ourselves.
Correct.
Now, the sacrificing wound, we call this the martyr syndrome.
Yes.
Especially women embody it.
Yeah.
And it's a very, very big heart chakra shadow. You know, each of these concepts show up in your chakras.
Yeah.
So martyrdom or sacrificing is like a heart chakra wound. Now, because I don't want to receive. See, a heart chakra is a giving and receiving space. Now I become the over giver in all the thing. And now we believe, somewhere as a child, we picked up this belief that me always doing and sacrificing will give me the love and the validation, and I will be seen, I will be heard, and I will be acknowledged for who I am.
Yeah.
So we end up sacrificing. It's also conditioning because we've seen our mothers doing it.
Yeah.
So, and it doesn't only have to be it has to be woman centric. If a man was very inspired by his mother and he hated his father, so he decided not to become the father and became the mother. If the mother was a martyr, then this man becomes a martyr. He feels like, oh, this is the only way of living life. I have to be the sacrificing and all of that. Now, like I said, if I'm only giving and not receiving, is that balance or imbalance?
Imbalance.
And imbalance is creating karma. Balance is dharma. So again, it's a karmic consequence, no? Because the whole universe functions on giving and receiving. It's also I deserve. So I need to get back. Can I also stand up for myself? Why do I have to sacrifice all the time? Why do I have to be the martyr? There's one space which comes from power. Okay, that okay, I'm doing this because I know I can do it. I have the strength.
Correct.
That's not sacrificing, because I don't believe like I martyred. I just believe I created. But then there's other sad space where I will do it, but then I'll feel like, oh, see, I sacrificed and see how much I have to do. And you know, that Dukhi Nari syndrome.
Yeah.
So that is a huge wound in the heart chakra.
After talking to you, what I've realized is that many times, we hear people that this is the one for me, this is the person, and we glorify it very romantically. But do you think that it kind of also is karmically hurtful? And why I say that, here I also want to explore the concepts with you of polygamy, polyamory, monogamy, that are all of these also karmic? And how does it then impact your karma if you enter any one of it?
See, please understand, we come here to explore the world.
Yeah.
Okay, we come here to explore the world emotionally, financially, sexually.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
And like I said, everything is evolving from 0 to 100. We're going from down to up. Now, the same concept, when I'm in my lower level, lower states, everything, so there's no good, bad, right, wrong in the universe. So none of this is good or bad or right or wrong, right? And let's say I'm in a polygamy or I'm in a, there's no definition कि सही है या गलत है. But as I keep evolving, the same concept evolves. Is this making sense? Yeah. So I could be in my lowest animal instinct. I can go and sleep around with 20 people and I feel okay with it. And it's absolutely okay for me. Now, the same person, as I've started healing myself and I'm on a journey, when I become more, so from my animal, when I heal, I become human first. So I embody more of human consciousness. Then I start understanding that, you know, all of this is not okay. So now let me stick to one person, because human beings love commitment. We love structure. We love to be in institutions. Yeah. Right? Now then, the same concept starts feeling not okay for me. But at the same time, there's another person doing it. I can't wrong it because I've been there, done that. So who's going to decide what is right, what is wrong? Because everybody, each one to its own, depending on what level they are at. The same thing, like I'll give you an example, is non-veg eating good or bad or right or wrong? No, but someone at a very dense frequency, they eat non-veg, they're already dense, see, because non-veg lowers your vibrations, but they're already in the lowest vibration, so it won't even impact them. Now, the same person starts working on his spiritual journey and he moves higher, and the moment he eats non-veg, he doesn't feel aligned to it. It's misalignment. So the goal is anything that you do from a misaligned frequency adds on to karma.
So even if in a relationship, let's say hypothetically someone cheats, right? But the person is not feeling guilty of cheating. So it doesn't add to their karma.
But consequences, like I said, now if they're sexually interacting with someone, now they're bringing back the kachra back.
In their system.
In their system, and now they're passing it on. Remember in the olden days, when you go back to our ancient times, and this is, I'm talking about physical sexual intimacy. Every time they interacted sexually, they would have a bath. They washed away the aura. That's how it existed. That was the whole concept, that, okay, now there's something that I've taken, and they were aware that maybe I would have taken on something. So now water is something that cleanses, salt water baths. So they would cleanse the aura and become aware that now if this energy is showing up in me, it's not mine. Maybe I've taken it on. They would transmute the energy. Either you become so self-aware and then go and sleep around it. It doesn't have consequences then. No?
Wow. Okay. But then it will have consequences. Like you can be self-aware, but for example, the next person that you're interacting with
That's
sexually,
exactly, no? It's like right? Energy is passing on, no? And energy passes on from auric fields, from body, because our auras are interacting. We are all energy sponges absorbing energy. Imagine the act of being intimate with someone with so close proximity. We are emotionally entangled, sexually, all of our senses are entangled. So there's so much of exchange of energy is happening.
Yeah. But in that scenario, if the cheating, like you said that, if the person is not feeling guilty, it doesn't get added to their karma. But the person who feels cheated, does their hurt towards this person, does their resent towards this person get added to their karma or not?
Not to this person's karma.
To the same
guilty. Person. To them, because they are resentful.
Wow. So, the person gets cheated and then it gets added to their own karma.
See, because again, who said cheating is wrong, right, good, bad?
Wow.
When you look at it from, now the same person who's cheating, let's say they go into a retreat, they do some self-healing, they find more light in them. Now what will happen is, because their consciousness has evolved, now when they look back into their life, they'll feel guilty. Oh my God, what did I do?
Oh shit.
But now that's where self-forgiveness comes in. That it's okay, that was then, this is now. I didn't know better. Wow. And can I let go and heal myself?
Oh my God, yeah.
See, it's all evolution, it's all growing. Like I'll give you an example, okay? Now, when a 6 or a 8-month-old child drinks milk from the bottle, it looks very cute.
Yeah.
Because that's how it's meant to be.
Yeah.
But वही 15 साल का बच्चा bottle में से दूध पी रहा है, वो abnormal लगेगा ना. So our soul is also evolving and growing. So when we are at the lower levels of consciousness, cheating and all of this, we can justify it. But as our consciousness evolves, and we've come here to evolve ourselves. You did not come into first standard and stay in first standard till you die. You've come here to graduate, right? So by the time you reach 8, 9 standard, you go back and say, oh my God, I did that in first standard. That was so silly.
Yeah.
And in one lifetime, you can find growth from 0 to 100. And that's the goal. But you're going to start from the darkness, no? So everybody is going to be there. So who's going to decide कि गलत है या सही है?
Maybe you have actually experienced it in one of your previous lifetimes, and now you have done the work, so you're here. But then, how does one cut themselves off? Because cut themselves off in the sense that, like they say, that healers attract people who need healing, right? So basically, I've done the work, right? I'm feeling evolved, but now my aura has become so comforting to the person who needs healing, would automatically enter my life, right? Now I'm also interacting with this person, and any exchange would again kind of either I become so self-aware even while interacting.
That's what you see. You're a healer, you're a strong healer. When you worked on your chakras, you worked on your auric fields, and you have strong aura that, see, please understand, the darkness always gravitates towards the light.
Yeah.
Where do they build a lighthouse? In the light or in the dark?
The dark.
So that they can show way to the dark.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, if a healer has truly healed someone, then do you think they will take their darkness or they will transmute their darkness into light?
Transmute it.
So the taking का concept ही नहीं है ना एक healer के लिए फिर. Like when people come to me, I don't take their darkness into me. My light transmutes their darkness. A lighthouse is not absorbing the darkness.
It's emitting light.
It's emitting light.
Yeah. Beautiful. Yeah.
So, and this is where when people tell me I'm a healer, now teach me how to protect my boundaries, what I'm taking in. Now that is a red flag for me. If you're taking in, that means you've not done the work.
Sure.
If you're absorbing people's darkness, then you still got to do the work.
Do you think some souls only come here to master the art of solitude and not being in any partnership? Like no love for them?
No love for them, no.
From the outside areas, from any external source. Self-love, I agree.
No, but then love is there.
Yeah.
But it's not there as an intimate love. It's not that a section. Please understand, okay? And again, our chakras are our doorway to dimensions outside. So when my consciousness is in my lower chakras, then I'm coming from survival.
Yeah.
Then intimacy is a survival need.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. But as I evolve and heal my lower chakras and move, and my consciousness moves to my heart, my throat, my upper chakras, then I don't need intimate love. I am just love. And love is everywhere around. It is not about a concept with one person.
So my need for love depends on which of my chakra is actually imbalanced. Yeah. Technically.
Yeah. So like for example, if all of your wounds are in your root chakra, this chakra is for safety, security, right? And for consistency and commitment. Now, and when I'm coming from this, then my love is only for security. I become obsessive. I'm insecure that this person should not leave me. I feel unsafe if this person leaves me. So it becomes very obsessive love. Sure. Right? Now, my second chakra is about connections, about emotions, about sexuality. It's a sexual energy chakra. So now here, then love shows up either as needy, clingy, greedy. That means we want to snatch love. Have you seen some people snatching love? What does that mean? Like being in a relationship with already a married person. That's greedy. Yeah. Like in a world of 9 billion people, why will you want to just go and love someone and create? That's a entangling in bad karma. Right. You understand? Now that is sexual chakra wound. The sacral chakra wound. And then it becomes very leaky. Leaky love means overgiving emotions, over pampering, over caring, people pleasing, no boundaries. Now when the love is stuck, the energy of the concept, our energy is stuck in our solar plexus, then love becomes controlling, dominating, narcissist, selfish, because it's a power chakra, right? So the same love, the same relationship shows up in different chakras. Now, if my root chakra is healed, then love becomes safety, security for me. Then I don't have to do anything. I just feel safe around this person. That's a sign that my root chakra is healed. When my sacral chakra is healed and I love someone, I'm feeling a sense of connection. I feel worthy. Every act that's happening in this moment is giving me a sense of deservability, worthiness. I don't leak out my emotions to you. I don't become leaky, clingy, needy. I'm very contained with my emotions in this relationship, right? When it comes to my solar plexus in a healthy way. It shows up as choice. It shows up as confident love. It shows up as an embodied. I don't have to control you to be loved. You know, one of the uh, concepts is we've packaged control in the packet of love, but we're actually feeding a wounded solar plexus. We're controlling a person saying, but I love you. But that's control, it's not love. And when it moves to the heart chakra, right, in a wounded space, you're always feeling hurt, you're feeling like a martyr, you're the sacrificing person, or then you are just the unforgiving person, resentment. But when it's in a healed space, there's so much allowance. There's so much allowance for you to be who you are. There's forgiveness in every act you're doing, and you just let go. And you're creating in every moment because you're letting go of the old moment, you're creating from a new space. You're letting go of the old moment, you're creating from a new space. There's so much of space. And when it moves into the higher chakras, it's divine.
It's constant work. I feel like it's so much of work one needs to do on their own selves before they. But like you said, that even if someone enters your life, that is to teach you a lesson, to make you a better person.
See, Natasha, it's very simple. This statement really changed my concept of how I see life. We are all here to take each other back home. And we are all here for each other, not against each other.
How beautiful.
Why would we not just get it?
Yeah, that automatically, I think, evokes this whole feeling of compassion.
Yeah, I mean, who is your enemy?
Yeah.
Why are we making this a war zone? We did not come here to fight and kill each other in the name of love. We came here to create something. You know, in fact, we are the only species who came here as caretakers of Mother Earth and create something. We promised we would go there with high level of intelligence and create something better. Now our wounded animal side took over, and see what we are doing.
What's the most common karmic mistake you have seen people doing in love? One that you were like, people really need to learn this.
Blaming.
Blaming?
Blaming. Because blame then is a spiral that creates anger, that creates separation, that creates insecurity, right? And it creates everything else that karmically puts you into an entangled loop. Versus taking responsibility that, okay, this person is doing something, maybe somewhere I'm responsible for this. When I create the projection, the reflection changes. So responsibility gives me that sense of power. And blaming is a very, very dark negative force. And when I'm coming, and love is, now you tell me, love is power or force?
Power.
Power. So when I'm coming from force, I'm everything else but love.
I really love this question. That in how do you look at love in terms of that? Does love heal us or does love reveal us?
Wow. That's deep.
Yeah.
I would say both at different levels.
Yeah.
Like level 1 and level 2. Stage 1 would be love heals us. They say, no, love makes the world go round. And love is the most subtle energy that actually heals anything that's wounded. And once that's healed, then the true self reveals who you truly are inside. When I look at it from the other way, the absence of love can reveal the darkest side of us. And
Okay. Yeah.
all the drama in life is only happening because of the absence of love.
Makes so much sense. Do you think if people, like you said, that absence of love, because if they're projecting their love looking outside, if they consciously choose not to look outside and then kind of pause and reflect what kind of darkness they are kind of emitting right now in the absence of that projected love, it would actually help them to understand where all they need to work?
Absolutely. Because love is light, no?
Yeah.
So when you go inward, then the light in the darkness has gone on. You can actually see your wounds, and you become like your love becomes a possibility to go into all the dark areas to heal. And again, what are you supposed to do with the darkness? Go and love it.
What do you think? What's the difference between patience and postponing love?
Postponing love is coming from a wound. Patience comes from an assurance that I know it's going to be, I have to just walk the journey. And I think patience is elegant. Postponing love is a coping mechanism, no? Oh, I'm not ready for it now. I'm not ready for it now. I mean, really, do you need to be ready for love?
But do you think someone can keep telling themselves that they're being patient, wherein actually they're not doing the work and hence they are postponing it? That the masks can be swapped?
Yes, it's a
Yeah.
mask.
Yeah. Okay.
And again, we love to wear the masks based on our current scenario and justify them.
Correct.
And we have this whole wardrobe of so many masks.
Yeah. Okay, so we asked few people on our Instagram that, what questions would they like to ask you. So I've picked the best ones. Someone asked that we have a sacred love since I was 13. Both are married to different people, but we still feel connected. Is it a soul connection or is it karmic? How do you look at it?
So it could be a soul connection, and a soul connection is a karmic connection. But the very fact that they're not married in this lifetime, your blueprint, in your soul blueprint, you did not choose this person. Okay. So, and you know what? If you meet someone, like, I can talk about my life. After I was married, I met someone where I felt I intensely had a soul connection. But now, to complete my karmic and soul connection with this person, it's not important I have to be married. It's not important I have to be sexually entangled. It's not important that I have to interact with this person. I can complete this whole craving or this whole essence within myself by actually embodying that energy, because it's only an energy. See, at the core of it, it's all energy playing in different frequencies.
Then how that person's energy makes me feel
Feel,
like.
yeah. So when I embody that feeling fully, this person just showed up, maybe to, again, as a reflection to show me the void inside me. So when I start filling up that void inside me, this person, the need to be with this person, the need for this. See, because you're not, see, please understand, we're not in love with flesh and blood and face. I'm like, this kind of interaction is more deep, more inner. So it's all about energy, right? So when energy is asked to be acknowledged, something just shows up in my world that's missing in me. When I start acknowledging that in me and fulfilling that in me, then the need to be with this person is no longer there.
Someone else asked that what is the reason for attracting emotionally unavailable partners? But I think you've already answered it, that it's the vibration that you're carrying in yourself.
And the wounds that we are carrying,
Yeah.
right? When I am not emotionally available for myself, then I need someone to emotionally take care of me.
Yeah.
But then I will attract emotionally unavailable partner, because your partner will treat you the way you treat yourself. It is not their job to emotionally be available for you. This whole concept, loud and clear, it is not their job to love you. It is not their job to come and emotionally be there for you. Your emotions are chemical your brain produces. Love is simple oxytocin. Happiness is simple serotonin. And if you cannot stimulate these chemicals for yourself, how can anybody come and do it for you? And I hope really people watching this podcast get it and become source players. You are the source of everything. And the game is whatever I give out then comes back to me. So, are you willing to go within and find yourself as a source and give it out in abundance, and you'll attract it back?
Black ball and white ball, right? Yeah. Yeah. And the last question, um, how to do cord cutting from someone who has ghosted you? I think a lot of people would need to hear this.
Well, again, somebody ghosting you is also, again, a frequency you are entangled in. Number one, in our course, the karma code, there is one whole, out of the 21 days, there is one day where I teach you cord cutting. And actually, I've had a feedback from a lot of people who bought in the course. They've spoken about this ritual and they said it was very powerful. It helped them free themselves. So it's not like suddenly you wake up one day and you cord cut. It's got a prefix process to it, and that's why the cord cutting, we've given it in the 14th or the 15th day, or somewhere, because you work towards it. You first take responsibility for what happened. You then do ho'oponopono and ask for forgiveness, that somewhere in some level of my consciousness, I attracted this ghosting or you disappearing. The question is, okay, what did you do to them that they had to ghost you?
Shit.
Take responsibility
This
there,
would be
right?
triggering to so many people.
Yeah, I mean, how did you show up that they have to really ghost you? Ask yourself that question and heal that. And then do the cord cutting so that you free yourself from the entangled energy of this person, because then no matter where you go, people will keep ghosting you. How many cords will you cut?
So basically, you're not cutting the cords with the person, you're cutting the cords with that emotion and that feeling.
Yes.
Okay. Got it.
Because they are only another you.
Yeah. Shit. Okay. Is it like, no, I get what you say, because so many times even we ghost people, right? And it doesn't necessarily have to be like a love thing or a fling thing. We also ghost people in various capacities. It can be some relative, it can be friend. I feel it just comes back in different ways.
I'll tell you,
Right.
Natasha, when I look at it from the lens of energy, okay?
Yeah.
Each one of us has a certain energy.
Yeah.
Now, somebody will only want to ghost you, or you would want to ghost someone when they're coming and being very overbearing, needy, clingy, and then you understand they're taking away your energy. So
Yeah.
then this person feels deprived and depleted. So now, and they don't know how to say no. Most of us are not trained how to say no and draw boundaries. So the only option we have is disappear. Because this person is not taking no for an answer. They're so needy, clingy, and they're taking so much of your energy that now you're feeling depleted. So now you want to run away. That's the only reason why you'd ghost someone, right? Tell me another reason why if I was all available 50-50, a relationship is not 50-50, right? If I was available for you 50-50, I was there in all ways, why would anybody want to ghost someone? We don't like it.
Because in someone's head it can be relationship, and the other person's head we are just exploring, right? That also happens. Yeah.
That's again, okay,
Intensity.
you've just met
Yeah.
someone.
Yeah.
Okay, now give them space and time and
Yeah.
understand what they're looking for. Now you take all of your boria bistra and your barat ka saman and you chado on them, they'll run away, no?
Yeah.
Because they just came with an intention just to explore, probably.
Yeah. Yeah. I've heard a lot of people owning it also, that they can't handle the intensity that I have.
Exactly. Now,
Yeah.
let me tell you something. If it's 100-watt bulb,
Yeah.
and if you give it 120-watt electricity, वो blow out हो जाएगा ना. So if you really want to be with someone, can you understand how much they're willing to receive and only give them that much now? You know, the best thing is, if you're really intelligent and healed, then you will meet people where they are and slowly lift them up to where you want them to be.
Again, people don't have patience.
A person's emotional capacity is 100 watts. Suddenly you meet them and you know, I have 300 watts to give. Now you give them 300 watts, they'll run away from you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what the intensity, why are you giving so much high intensity at the first go? Can we slowly take it up?
Yeah. Someone mentioned it. I heard it on a TED talk or something, where he said that the pint can never match your gazillion, something like that. It was just like, and it made so much of sense that yeah, people are only going to give what they have, how much they have, right? And if
No, but it's not about giving. Okay, I can give you 200,
yeah,
Natasha.
yeah,
But the point is, do you have the capacity to receive 200?
exactly, yeah.
Can you receive it? And if you can't, you'll be overwhelmed, you'll run away from me. So now I have 200 to give. But you're my friend. Can I ask myself, where can I meet Natasha? Her capacity is 50. So out of the 200, can I only give her 50 because she can only receive that much?
Now, after this conversation, I feel everyone who has ever been ghosted, they would feel, oh, the person felt overwhelmed
Of
by
course.
me. So now I think the dialogue in their head from being a victim that this person didn't care or they ghosted, I think now it would be more compassionate that, oh, I was just a little bit overwhelming for them.
Yeah,
They
because
couldn't
look at
take it.
everything in life, okay? Everything
Yeah.
works on balance.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm cooking a recipe and in the recipe it says 100 grams of sugar,
Yeah.
but in my kitchen I have 2 kgs of sugar. Now, I won't go and pour the whole 2 kgs. Nobody's going to touch that dish.
Correct.
Just because I have 2 kgs. Now, okay, I have so much love to give, now you have to take it. That's controlling. Now, you don't know, love could be a shadow for this person, but they're exploring, right? So now they felt overwhelmed, they felt threatened. Their nervous system could not take so much. Now, the narrative that I hear from such people, see, I give them so much, I do so much for them, but that person never asked you to do so much. You don't have boundaries.
Are they ready for so much?
Can we also make it about them?
Yeah, yeah.
Understand how much is the other person willing to
Willing to
receive?
receive. Beautiful. Because it's like,
For me,
I
that's
give them
love.
so much.
For me, love is about I give you how much you're willing to receive. I allow you to be who you want to be, right? And you don't have to change. Neither am I going to change. Neither I'm going to try to fit in. I don't want you to fit in. We coexist in harmony, balancing each other and walk each other back home.
Beautiful. Any last thing that you'd like to say on this occasion of Valentine's Day? Anything that you'd like to leave the audience with?
My one and only thing that I've always said it so many times, and one last time again, everything in the outer world, people are only a reflection of your inner self. Everything that you spot it, you
You
got
got
it.
it.
Okay. So if you don't like something in other people, go and clean it inside you, and the reflection will change.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ramon. As always a delight and pleasure. And I think just the conversation breaks so many stereotypes for me, so much of conditioning, so many aha moments. I can just go on and on with you, I think, on any topic. And I'm sure you all by now you know that you're one of my favorite guests on the
Thank
podcast.
you.
And I love calling you back again and again. And thank you so much for doing this with us on Love Karma. I hope that on this Valentine's Day, people get the message, what you have shared, like your nuggets of wisdom, and it really helps them in taking their life forward. So thank you so much. Thank you for doing
Thank you
this.
so much, Natasha, and more power to you.
Thank you. And everyone, each one of you who have stayed till the end of the podcast, thank you so much for sticking till the end. I really, really hope that you have found your aha moments in this and something must have revealed to you or something must have been an insight to you that you can work in your love life. Please don't forget to share with someone that you truly feel can help them out. Don't forget to like and subscribe our channel. And I'll see you next time very soon with another exciting guest. Thank you.